Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome back to the Crypto Bully Bear channel where there's only fun decoding and no financial advice. I forgot to mention Bearable Guy 123 riddle. Remember this riddle here? The rocket ship window? We're going to speak about this section right here. This section right here. This section, I believe, was giving us the sign of letting us know when the phoenix was going to burn. Okay? Let's get into it. All right, boys and girls. So we are going to speak about this section here. Just remember, we have... hold on a second. All right, so you remember this riddle here, right? We're going to talk about this jar up here. That was the same table. Then we had the molasses. Remember the molasses? And then it fell down over here, regulation. See the hammer? That's like what the judge uses, right? Oh, there's a bank there. Oh, wow. I didn't even notice that there was a bank set up there. Interesting. All right. Now let's go back. Hold on. So now, by looking at this is my first time actually looking at it. I'm like freestyling right now because I didn't notice that this molasses was in this particular cartoon. But yeah, I guess when the molasses falls and it cracks over, there looks like there's actually like an animal in there, like a geese or some type of bird or something that looks like it's in there about to go on fire. As you see, all the stockings are facing one way, right? And the fire's about to begin. The recycle is going on in here. So they're recycling the system. I guess they're getting out the scam coins, bringing in the ones that are going to solve problems over here. So here, I guess I noticed that the purple and the green actually flip and go the other way. So I'm going to have to assume, and this is my first time thinking about this right now, that this is and you know what? That could be Binance. None of these maybe even are coins. Maybe they're the company. Well, maybe these are coins. Like, that might be Proton. That might be Metal, the green. And the yellow could be Binance. And maybe that's why Binance is facing one way and these other coins are facing the other way. The other stockings facing the other way. But I want you to look over here also. See how the flame is just touching that purple stocking? There's nothing else touching any of the stockings. That to me is letting me know that is the phoenix about to burn. All right? Proton is the phoenix. That is my opinion. All right, so I'm going to talk about the molasses. And then the next image that we said that we were showing over here has a carousel. Now, last time we were speaking about this, we said it was like July 25th was Carousel Day, Christmas in July, a lot of things that were pointing to that. I'm assuming that it was pointing to that to show us. You got to remember, there's always a riddle within a riddle within a riddle within a riddle. And when we solve one riddle, it's probably ending to one riddle and beginning of another riddle. All right? So when we think we find something and we completed it, there's always something that pops back up. All right? So please don't be so quick to try to downplay somebody's riddles, because you just never know. But anyway, I'm going to speak about the molasses, and I'm going to speak about the carousel, which I think were signs of telling us how the phoenix and the storm was going to start and burn. Okay, hold on. So here we know it's, what does a carousel symbolizes, right? Just to get a little bit like the circle of life, really the wheels of life, the wheels of fortune. Basically, that's what that kind of represents. Just like the Wonder Wheel, that's another thing that represents the Wheel of Fortune. And as you can see, happy aloha on a Tuesday, the Carousel of Aloha. All right? And you read down over here too, the Paradise Ponies and the Carousel of Aloha and making this dream come true. Just funny how they use these words over here. Are you hot? And it shows big ass letters, hot. Come cool down on Hawaii Island. It's weird kind of just sayings. Are you hot? Especially what just happened over there in Alaska, where they got all ice out there too, right? Alaska. So over here, the Carousel of Aloha, right? Nobody knew that, Carousel of Aloha. Look at the type of things that they got here, actually. They got a tiger, right? They got like a lion, the Leo type thing, right? Because that falls with the cats. I know it's a tiger. Then you got a horse. You got like a silver gray horse up there with a purple saddle. Then you got this thing that looks like the Kraken. And then something over here that you would think might have been a peacock because the tail is not that long to consider it a peacock, but just find it funny. But yeah, that's the Carousel of Aloha. Maybe that carousel was showing us this was supposed to be about Hawaii. Now let me get into the molasses. That was the Aloha. Now I'm not too sure if you knew, but in September in 2013, on the 9th of September 2013, 1,400 tons of molasses spilled in the Hawaii harbor over here, Honolulu. All right, so molasses is an unregulated product. I mean, that's why the molasses was there. That's why the molasses was sitting on top. And it had to fall onto the hammer once it gets regulated. Okay? Funny enough, I was talking about the one, I don't know if I mentioned the 127 numbers on here, but over here, I was looking at the coordinates of where this particular spill was, and at 157, you flip the 5 to 2, and you get 127 again. Okay? Now, 127 was big because, if I didn't mention in my other videos, 127 represented, December 7th was the Pearl Harbor up in Japan, believe it or not, supposedly. And then New York Pearl Harbor happened on 9/11, and the buildings that fell was 1, 2, and 7. And then when these particular fires happened in Florida, the governor was in New York speaking on July 21st. What was it, July 21st? Now, that last one I messed up. I can't remember exactly what happened there, but it was another 127 connection. So I just thought that was crazy because when I was looking at this particular coordinates, 127 popped up again. But anyway, about the 127. This was a big spill, one of the biggest spills in Hawaii of molasses. All right? It spilled everywhere. That was the current weather expected, eventually diluted in flesh of molasses. It killed all the life. As I said it on the bottom over here, divers in the harbor reported that all the sea life in the area were killed in the molasses. So maybe I know a lot of coins are going to get killed off also. So it's funny wording here. And there. So there was my rocket ship. Like I said, that was April. That a little bit lone took off. And then let's see what happens at the end. We got a couple of days left. Let's see what happens there. But very interesting times, and who knows, I guess maybe December might be the big bang because there's the big star there, so maybe we have to wait. I'm not too sure. Let's see what happens. So let me start breaking it down for you why I think Hawaii was the main target. Hawaii was the start of the perfect storm. All right, so this is my little analogy over here. You had the little smoke coming up. If you go back to it, you see it's like a figure 8 shape, like an infinity shape over here. That could have been the 8 in the smoke. Okay, what happened on the 8th? 8/8, we had the hurricane that hit Maui that caused the power lines to go down to create those fires. Now, funny enough, this guy is smoking a cigar here in a ashtray. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but they're going around talking about a directly energy type thing, weapon, shooting with rays and stuff like that, right? Here's an ash tray. If you move the T, it's rays, right? Rays turning to ashes. I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know. Here it is burning up right now like the Phoenix. Okay? Over here you got August smoke. So maybe that was showing us 8. And maybe showing us Metallicus and Proton and Metal are going to start taking off. Like they said, regulations, unregulated molasses, all those coins that were getting circulated in the other riddle. There's something going on over here. So here's the Bearable Guy 123 riddle. And then I'm going to come back and hit you with the Dora, the Crypto Explorer, and let you know why I believe that this storm is already happening. We're in the middle of the storm. I don't know how long the storm is going to be, but you just stay cool in this heat. While the Phoenix is burning, remember, it has to go into ashes, okay? And then from ashes we rise, all right? Now over here, we have an orange plate, okay? Like I said, I think this orange plate might represent a full moon. And a full moon that's orange is called a harvest moon. And this is why we see grapes on there for harvesting. Then you see the pitchfork here, right, with the marshmallows melting. The pitchfork is a tool that they use for farming as well. Okay, hold on. So basically, as you can see, the pitchfork has 3 large prongs, and it's for gardening or farming, which we do on the decks. We farm, right? This is how we're supposed to get our passive income, right? So this is showing farming over here. Most pitchforks have a wooden handle and metal prongs, and have been around since the Middle Ages. Now, why is that important, the pitchfork? I think the pitchfork represents metal dollar connecting to the money, to a stable coin, okay? Why is that? Pitchforks have a wooden handle with a metal prong. Now, the metal prongs are 3. That represents, to me, the digital side, okay? Metal, digital, all right, on the prongs. It's connected to a wooden handle. Wooden handle represents the dollar bill because the dollar bill is made out of fiat. Fiat is made out of wood. Wood is made out of paper. Or paper is made out of wood, okay? So that's how I do that analysis. I believe the pitchfork is there to show us another resemblance of XMD getting in touch with the dollar, being pinged to the dollar. Anyway, thank you for liking, watching, subscribe.